All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Watcher. Can you believe it? We're doing more speedrunning. Specifically, there's some more route stuff that I want to test. Um, Salt wins every day. We'll see. We'll see. Um, there's two routes that I want to test. One of them is basically the same as the old routes, but we go through salination instead of signal spires. And the second route is a variation where we starve and then go through like heat ducts. Um, it's interesting. I'll try to explain it later. Hello, thanks for the raid. Stream just started. We're doing speedrun stuff. So spoilers, I guess, if you haven't, no one's seen the DLC yet. But I mean, I assume that if you're here, probably. I hope your stream went well. I have a save set up in Torrid Desert because every run is basically the same up to this point. So won't be watching long. Okay. Thanks for the raid anyways. Except Saint. Had a Saint win. Like 10 hours in. Okay. Well, the speedrun will eventually get to the end. Actually, well, I mean, it's reasonable to not watch. That's fine. We're gonna get started. I guess I'll try out the normal route. Maybe I should do the normal route as a comparison. And 2 minutes and 12 seconds is like the like starting time. Just keep that in mind. From this location. Nope, lap mod. I forget to turn that off. So I think it involves going right to this region immediately. Also, I do have creatures disabled for the sake of testing. So this route is pretty efficient because we go out of our way for the heat ducts echo, but it's like right here. It's really not a big detour at all. Oh. This ship is going to take some time to get used to, but this room will probably be really fast in the future. Peppered cat? Right. I should turn on Japanese to make it a whole thing faster. Okay. All right. Hello. Welcome in. All right. Thank you for stopping by. Do I need food? I guess so. Actually, I think I only need one. I'm still getting used to the food routing since it you don't actually need to shelter all that much at all. I played Slug King. I played it a long time ago, like 2 years ago. Maybe I should play it again and see if I've improved. I know that you can use vaults to like skip like a lot of stuff. So that's kind of I don't know what the rules are about that, if you could just use vaults as much as you want, or if it's like best to like try to not do them. Yeah, so I'm testing the new right now. I just want to do the normal routes, but replacing signal spires with foundation. Top of the windy section, I remember that the wind was broken for me. I forget if I just like skip the section with dev tools, or if I like figured out a way to do it without the wind. But there was no wind for me. What's the stream about? It's funny that that's a question that's like reasonable to ask. I'm doing some speedrun routing stuff, but we found that maybe salination is faster. That's the reference. Because at the end of the run, you can either go to signal spires or salination, and everyone's just like, salination? No, thank you. But it's actually pretty fast. And it would be cool if salination ended up being the best routes, but I kind of don't see it happening anymore. Thank you. Also, the like whole starve thing where you like starve or the Badlands Echo, I don't think that's gonna be a thing either, which is really sad because going from Badlands to cold storage is like such a good route. It's so much better than the rest of the routes that you go through cold storage. But we're just gonna have to deal with the stupid cold storage movement, I guess. I love the implementation of mud. It's like, it slows you down, but it still lets you do all the movement tech. You could roll in it, you could do slides. No creatures, yeah, no creatures for now. And I leave the paint lizard in because we need them. It's possible to do that without the lizard, of course. I guess either if you just have crazy movements or like use a spore puff or something. Ah. We're good. So it's pretty helpful. And I think this route still involves going backwards through Shrouded to go to the other entrance of cold storage. I think that just has been decided that it's better. Also, if you have a spear here, you can climb up this side, which I'm pretty sure just has to be faster. Actually, it doesn't even look like you need a spear. Maybe just like you use the float a little bit. See, okay, this echo I don't understand. Why do they sometimes? Oh wait, never mind. That's just part of the dialogue. But sometimes I've seen this echo like I've interrupted their dialogue before from walking away. Don't need floats. Okay, the problem with salt and slugs is that they are like mostly water. Well, I guess a lot of things are mostly water. Is the problem that they don't have like skin to like keep the water in? I don't know. I don't know much about slugs and snails. But yeah, the salt dehydrates them really bad. You leave the room. If you leave the room, the echo just stops talking and it doesn't do anything. So you need to wait for their dialogue to finish to actually get the increase in karma. You don't need to go through the portal though. It's just that like if you're standing close enough to the echo when the dialogue finishes, you automatically get pulled through the portal. But if you aren't, then you just like go through the portal later. You have to deal with this like starvation effect when you enter this portal. It's pretty kind of annoying. I saw someone do a wall pounce there, and it was kind of sick. And it avoids the chance of like falling and dying here. And then the moment you get past that jump, it's like, oh, not starving anymore. Didn't you do that like 2 seconds ago? So I guess I shelter and then just go for the Stormy Echo immediately. But exit out. Oh, no spear for me. So no movement for me. This area I really don't like. This jump, I guess you could make this jump with the floats, but a crawl turn vault is like, or a, not a vault, a jump is like way more optimal. And then you need a spear for this jump, which is like really awkward. I'm also gonna restart the game. I know this is a little bit early, but just how it is. There's, I think if you like abused a lot of starves, there's a way you can enter cold storage from the top, but the starve just takes way too long, and if you're not backtracking, it's kind of pointless. Because the whole reason for doing the starve in Badlands was that you could go back to Torrid Desert really easily. But if you're just gonna starve to like exit out of Shrouded Coast to then go to cold storage from Badlands, it's like, I don't know, probably doesn't save as much time, even though the route is way easier. Because you're like spending a whole minute like walking back from the Echo, starving, and then eating popcorn. Probably more than a minute actually. Also, this is a time loss because of the longer shelter opening. So I probably shouldn't exit out of shelters. Just wait until Echoes. Hell yeah. Maybe there is some routes. I don't know. I can't really imagine it. So far, the biggest glitch slash exploit slash whatever you want to call it is that if you activate an Echo, as in let it finish its dialogue, but like don't go through the portal, and then starve in a shelter, you can then go to the Echo portal without saving. So let's say you're in Badlands. You can activate the Badlands Echo, starve, go to the portal to Shrouded Coast, then gets the... Yeah, then you can do stuff in Shrouded Coast, like get the Echo there, go to cold storage, get the Echo, and then when you exit out, you'll go back to Badlands, entering from the Torrid Desert portal, because that was the last save point. So you basically you skip going back to Shrouded Coast, because that was your last save going to the Badlands Echo. It's a bit confusing, but it basically lets us backtrack past an Echo one time if we start. But it takes a long time to set up. Badlands is kind of ideal for it because there's a shelter and popcorn right next to the Echo. But I'm actually trying out new routes that will involve that glitch. It might get patched. I don't know how to feel if it gets patched. Oh yeah, I hope that marathon run went well. I did not watch it, and I'm not gonna watch it. I watching like marathon runs like that, it's very stressful for me, like secondhand stress. And okay, you don't need to mention what happened. How did the run itself go? Don't fall. Run itself was good. That's nice. It is Monk after all, so it can't be that bad. Miles. Maybe they'll add apple juice. The salt, use salt to draw in the viewers. Strategy that I've never thought about before. Whoa. Oh, I should hold on. I should enable SSC. I can do that now. I don't think it has any impact on the run. Yeah. It makes vaults easier, right? Right? Ooh. I'll mess around with that later, but I'm just gonna focus on the run for now. Oh, it's better to land on these platforms. Let's see why. So we're actually gonna just take this echo portal. What? Whoa. Accidentally speedruned it, 1 hour and 30 minutes. That's pretty good. I think around an hour is baseline for like a pretty good run. So you're almost there. But if that's not even like intentional, like you're going for a speed run. Actually, I don't need food. There's no reason to shelter for the rest of the run. So these like extra true food poops that I got were unnecessary. Now there would be barnacles in this region. But I don't think they'd be that bad because it'd be at the very start of the cycle and you just grab this bubbleweed and then move on. So I've not practiced salination that much. I at least know what route to take, but it's not going to be great for a while. A lot of like walls and stuff that you can't like that are really hard to see underwater that I need to like memorize the positions of. Why does like the Aether Bridge chain have to be the fastest speedrun route? Just imagine alternate reality. Rusted Rex is like next to Sunlit Port. Or no, Desolate Tract. I don't know. Some way the map could be changed up. Maybe give it an extra echo or two, and that change just ends up being better. And we could go through all the cool regions. Okay, this pipe does not want you to enter it, by the way. It's really annoying. Did you practice this region? I mean, I want to know which way to go. At least. Oops. These don't look like... Oh, it's because it's semi-solid. It doesn't look like a single, like, solid floor that you can slide on. But there we go. Here's the echo. This the last bubbleweed is unnecessary, yes. What is that number? 7 billion? Why is there an extra? That's not how numbers work. It's very hard to learn exactly the route that you need to take. You need to be very confident with your swimming and basically always move forward and like never hesitate ever. Oh, is this another vault moment? Probably. No grapple worm for this section, but I don't think it matters at all. Grapple worm is a very small time save. No, my rocks. It's fine. I think it's optimal to be intangible for this section because there's a white lizard coming up. That would be really annoying to deal with. Actually, no. I think the float just gets rid of invisibility anyways. Yeah, even if you just float for a little bit, it doesn't take long to get rid of it. This skip is harder without a grapple worm, but it's like not impossible. Okay. So this time is like minus like 20... Minus like 2 minutes and 20 seconds plus the time that it takes to get from Sunlit Port to Tor Desert Shelter. That's what the portal time is. Maybe I should just time that. So this is roughly 23:40. Should I write these down? I guess so. So this is 23:40. Not ready to start timing every region. I thought about maybe there's some way to map out the whole world map with every region and every portal and every shelter, and have like a path between every point, and just open it up to the community and say get the best possible time on each individual little segment. So it would just be like a massive map of like all the like points of interest and like the connections between them, and people would just fill out their best times for each individual segment, and then you just run like a pathfinding algorithm from the start to the end that is weighted based on the times that people get on each segment. And then that'd be your ideal route. That's a lot of work. I don't even know how to make that map. And there's also a lot of things to like keep consistent, like the ripple level, or like if you have a grapple worm or not, if you need to get food, or if you need to shelter because of portal fatigue. So I don't think that approach, I mean, it'd be very difficult. So I think these practice runs are a nice alternative of just like picking a starting location that's as far forward as possible. So I'm starting in Torrent Desert because it's like every route is roughly the same up to the Tor Desert shelter. So what I'm gonna do here, we're starting from Sunlit Port. I'm just gonna time the path. Well, I guess we can just do a normal run. I'm just going to go to Tor Desert and keep track of the time there. What's the title mean? The The title is because I'm testing out a route that goes through salination instead of sunlit port. Or not sunlit port, sorry. Signal spires. Oh, just barely turned off lap mod in time. I don't know why we didn't just go through the, like, cold storage echo. Like, ew, salination. I don't want to go there. Dude, you're in the way. Oh my gosh. My popcorn. What is that threat music? There's no way Sunlight Port has its own threat music, right? Is it just, it's connected to Stormy Coast, right? It's like a variation of Stormy Coast. Ooh, clean. Oh wait, I can SOCD that. So if you don't know, SOCD is, what does it stand for? Simultaneous opposite cardinal directions? That doesn't sound right, but it basically means that if you're pressing left, if you're holding down the left inputs and you press right, what happens? In Rain World, what happens is nothing. the two inputs cancel out. Super super optimal character movements. So yeah, in Rain World, what happens is nothing happens because you're holding left and right at the same time. It cancels out, and you just get no input at all. What SOCD does is it basically makes it that if you're holding down left and then you press right, you are now holding right. Right, so it basically lets you change direction instantly instead of having to like let go of left and then press right, which might mean there's a short delay between the two inputs. Or like yeah, basically. There'd be a short time where you get a neutral input instead of going the direction that you want. So when you're doing movement tech that involves switching direction very quickly, like a crawl turn vault or a EI jump, it's very very useful. So this is roughly 4 minutes. I'll wait for this to close. 4:25, so 3:25 roughly. There's no way that's a 25, or no, a 24 portal to portal time. SOCD on controller. Apparently, like on D-pad, it's quite easy. It sounds easy. If you, I mean, I have a controller right here with me. Maybe not. I guess maybe depending on the D-pad, you could like hold down one kind of lightly and then like press hard and then on the other direction to switch direction quickly. I don't know. But if you want to see what some like stupid stuff you could do with SOCD, here's a decent room for that. That's literally my best one yet. What the heck? Yeah, so you could do that. I want a room with some more space. I don't want to do that on the dunes. Yeah, I mean, I had to do it. These rooms are all so weird. Maybe down here. Sure. You know what? Let's just do this. Here we go. Okay. So this is like wiggle flights, but it's like you do it a little bit faster. And it's super easy because I don't need to switch between the inputs. I can just hold down. I'm holding down left, and I'm spamming right. And if you look at the input display, there's no moments where I'm not holding some direction, right? So it's either left or right, it's never neutral. Well, it's much easier than doing it without it. And also I can try to do the other variation where I don't press up at all. Wiggle flight is easier than like impossible. I don't know. Yeah, that variation is actually easier, even though you have to spam faster. Can wiggle fly infinitely? I think so. Even if you don't, like, fly, you can get some, like, weird behavior if you just keep spamming it. Like, what is this? Anyway, let's continue with the run. Yeah, I'll probably just have SOCD on. It makes some other movements, like, a little bit easier, and maybe I don't know. I just see other runners use it. So I'm doing it too. Okay, this room is like impossible to do correctly. More eye pounces. The eye pounces. I've not found a way to make eye pounces easy. I think the easiest way that I can imagine eye pounces being done is having two jump buttons where you just need to press one jump button and then the second jump button like 2 frames afterwards, or maybe 1 frame afterwards. I don't know what the timing is on that. But the problem is that you need to let go of the first jump input for the second jump input to work. And it's really hard to tap a button for a single frame, basically. My jump button, spacebar. I think that Tactical Ferret, another speedrunner who uses controller, they might have a button setup that actually makes it just straight up easier for them. Although I don't know if that's me misunderstanding their inputs or their control scheme. The way he described it... Okay, can I stop throwing? The way he described it, it seemed like he just has to press one jump button and then the second jump button right afterwards, and it just works. I have used the using 2 fingers on the jump button on the spacebar. That's how I've been doing eye pounces. There we go. But I have to, I don't know, I don't think I can really do it whenever I want. Because that's kind of the dream. To just be able to be like, I want to do an eye spin, and then just doing an eye spin. You know? But I have to like move my fingers into position away from my like other inputs. Oh, I need to eat one more food. Okay. So we're gonna start here. Is there a way to get two jump buttons? Yes. There is a way to do that, but there's not a way to make it so that pressing one input kind of like undoes the first input instantly. Two-finger roll is basically you have multiple fingers on your hand. And instead of using one finger to press the same button twice really fast, you use two fingers. 1, 2. Except you can't just press the button because, you have to let go of the button. So you're basically rolling your finger off of the edge of the key. You guys get multiple fingers. I know. Sorry if this is how you find that out. One finger and one button for eye pounces? Okay, so you're just crazy. I mean, if you could do an eye pounce, you could do an eye spin. It's kind of the same idea. Oh, I got unlucky. I only got one noodle fly, so that's not consistent. I need an extra food pip still. And now this guy's chasing after me. I don't know how I feel about that. And now I'm dead. Okay. That kind of makes this route RNG. What is the logic on noodle fly eggs? Because you need some way to, I guess if you want to guarantee that you're not having the starving effect. You would need to bring in an extra food pip at least. Right? I guess if you got really unlucky, you'd only get 2 noodle flies from 2 eggs. And then the run would just really be over. It's like, what are the chances that you get 4 noodle flies? Because that was what I got when I first tested this. Also, I'm like back in Tor Desert. Let's just go with this, I guess. And I think for food, I would have eaten popcorn back in Sunlight Port. Eggs only ever spawn 2 so 2 at most, but a chance of it just being 1. That sucks, unless one of them fell out of bounds. It's not mention chance. Well, I only got 3. So I think it was just out of bounds. It's not like I can restart the cycle because it's a starve. Whoa, can I get that every time? Yeah, there's a lot of noodle fly mothers in this area. Oh wait, the portal. I guess because I have just met the echo. Wait, does this mean I just need to starve now? Huh. Okay, I need to do this more consistently. Also, this is a great song. I'm a big fan of this one. Okay, I actually need to, like, really figure out the movement here. All of that sucked. So it should show me in the sleep screen. Oh, starve. Don't I have starve now? I guess. Well, okay, so because I died, it basically did the same thing as starving. So I could have just gone through the portal, and it wouldn't have saved there. Screws of the Damned. And Heat Ducks for some reason. Also, hello, welcome to the stream. I'm a little bit distracted right now. So here's 4 noodle flies. That one left. Oh, you're not gonna be happy about this. Yeah. I tried to swap my spear. It's like I threw the spear and swapped it at the same time. Luckily, there's a few spots in this region that are pretty easy to kill the noodle flies in. That was close. So then you go through the portal. It already feels like this is just way slower. You have to activate the echo, go all the way back to the shelter with the noodle fly eggs. Then you have to run back. While starving is, so you have to eat the noodle flies. Hope they don't go out of bounds. And then you need to take a longer route through Stormy Coast. No float ability yet. It's pretty early in the run. Are there echoes in Survivor's Campaign? Yes. I hope you have played Survivor's Campaign. I guess if you just got 5 pebbles, then you wouldn't need to meet them, but... See, here's the entrance from cold storage. All the rooms I just went through would be skipped if I entered from there. Hold on, I gotta catch up in chat. Yes, this is we're doing some testing, some route testing. Yeah, there's absolutely a lot to explore. Watcher routing must be a nightmare. We pretty quickly settled on a decent route, but there's so many little like variations and things that you can do, and now there's like some starve tech as well. So it's complicated. And then we actually exit out of this echo. You're forced to explore slower as Gourmand. Now, all echo routing is going to be an entirely different beast. That sounds perfect. I hope you have a good time with that. Good lightning strike. It's not even taking, it's just ignoring. I think actually, yeah, I need to eat food. in this route. The centipedes probably would have been a good option. Sorry, I'm like a certified gourmand hater. So I'm happy to see that people do enjoy the character when I don't. Best downward campaign. Oh, if I could kill you. There's some way to do this quickly, but it's not what I'm doing. Okay, I didn't really... I can just go back. Okay, there we go. I really want to play Creature Randomizer with the new Watcher creatures. I think it'd be funny. Here's one. Dude, this dude actually needs a longer tongue. Whoa. Oh, the float kind of messes this up. Whoops. But it should last longer, right? Honestly, the float might last long enough to get you across the entire area without requiring the lizard at all. Locust got changed. You can see that I'm invisible and they aren't attacking me immediately. They will figure it out eventually. So now the locusts are starting to see me, but I've already gone to the mud. So invisibility works for a little while, intangibility fully works, which is like really weird that it didn't work at all. And locusts will also target other creatures. I saw them. Was it bat flies? I might have seen them like target bat flies once. It's funny how split the feelings on the locusts are. Some people are like the locusts were the best part of the DLC, and some people are like I hate Badlands. The summons for the clusters of barnacle crabs. I mean, it's all underwater. Well, I guess that's usually not very bad because that means they get stuck in a few small places. Slugcat randomizer, as in you get random abilities, random stats. That might be interesting. Has that been done before? I guess you can randomize like the expedition perks. Or I guess Twitch expedition or Twitch integration kind of does that because you can give the player, you can give the streamer like high agility or a double jump or whatever. And you can also lower their stats. Yeah, I think there was also a randomized stats thing for Twitch integration. No, I messed that up. Badlands felt like one of the most unique regions. It definitely has a lot of unique features. It has mud. It has like the sandworms and snakes and whatever they're called. It has the indigo lizard. It has the locusts. All that stuff is unique to Badlands. Although there's like a few mud pits in like Outer Rim, and then there's like a few sandworms in Thor Desert. Yeah, so I'm just going through this echo portal. Outer Rim mentioned day ruined. I'm sorry. I understand though. That's a bit traumatic. Oh shoot. Okay, I thought that tentacle was like just fake. So now we get to go to this wonderful place. Karma lizards are in Badlands. It's basically, I mean, I think that is also actually a new a unique feature about Badlands. I don't think there's any karma lizards anywhere else. Which is like kind of weird how many like strawberry lizards are only one area. A lot of regions just have the typical like pink lizards, white lizards, cyans. Okay. Oh, it'd actually probably be faster to go below. Well, I don't know. I kind of am doubting that this route is faster, just because of how long the starving takes, and also the threat of noodle flies. All paths lead to cold storage. Rot birds, rot vultures. Honestly, it would be kind of sick. So here's the trick that I didn't know about. There's actually a pole right here. That's enough to reset your flights to get up here and just mess everything up. Let's try that again. At this point, you can grab the vines. Portal fatigue will be an issue? Yes. It will. There is a shelter, like, one room away from this spot. Wait, can you do this? And also, like, even though this echo is pretty close, this room still takes quite a while to navigate. I don't think portal fatigue prevents you from going to Shattered Terrace, though. I'm going to try not sheltering at all. I mean, it does prevent you from activating the final echo, so you do need to have that cleared up. Oh, little bump on the floor. So, Tran, what's the fastest route to where? Where do you want to go? If you want to go down, then it's complicated. Depths? Yeah, go down. I don't know where you entered from. From farm areas? Oops, I don't need to go into there. Oh. Don't drown. Slum is very easy. Subterranean is actually probably one of the more dangerous regions in the game. That jump is a little bit difficult, but it's just like, it's hard to see the pole behind all the water. Like the one room with good movement in the whole region. Hello. Also, yeah, this last bubble weed is unnecessary. It's kind of weird just to take the normal, like, echo route. Like, we're not trying to, like, shelter and then go and grab, like, an echo in a different region and then come back. It's like, we're just going from echo to echo to echo. And then there's a shelter, like, right here. So I guess you take this one, or you could take the one in cold storage. Struggling with filtration system? Yep, it kind of sucks. There's a lot of lizards. Oh, you also get the stream. I don't think it's a time loss, though. So I think I'm going to try actually timing this correctly. Because I was messing around a lot, and I also died. So I'm going to do that run again. I think I want to shelter in cold storage because it's also very close by. But it clears up the portal fatigue for the next two regions. Words aren't even real. I mean, if we agree they're real, then they are. Okay. Starting from the same point in the Tor Desert shelter, with one food pip, which is all we need. We're gonna do this route, and we'll see how it compares. It's funny how I have creatures disabled, but I didn't disable noodlefly mothers because I didn't think that they'd be a problem, but now they're a problem. If you go extinct, they stop existing. Yeah, but like so do a lot of things. So only things that exist permanently are real. Hold on, I need a moment to cook. I don't know. I was gonna say something, but I'm not smart enough for this. Whoa, careful of this. Gonna get the creepy music. And mess up the wall jump. Okay, that helps. There's gonna be more, but getting rid of one now is nice. Now please don't fall out of bounds, noodle flies. I need you. If you took a floor and made a wall out of it, would it still be floor? I think there's two kinds of floor. There's things that are designed to be a floor, and there are things that, based on their position, are a floor. Wait, come back. Shoot. Where'd he go? Where's my food? Oh, thank you. Shoot. I don't like this. This gauntlet of noodle flies. Luckily, they like to fight each other too. You can do that to them. I can also. You're not dead. Shoot. No, the cycle. And just be like, oh, he got steamed. So yeah, have fun with this part of the route. I guess maybe I'm hopeful that this isn't the fastest way to do it. But I'm gonna test it anyway. He's still gonna chase me, by the way. Forced excitement. You think they're all boring otherwise? We gotta make something interesting happen. I think that street kid just got hit by lightning. Go down, please. Yep, here's the noodle fly. A little bit late, honestly. It's crazy how good they are at tracking you. Do they just like know your location at all times, like you're being hunted? Or is it like they just have really good senses? Oops. Okay, hopefully that killed them. Really puck. Oh, sorry about that. Make sure all runs are fun. If your run doesn't meet the fun quota, it's not allowed. Gotta add some spice to it. I mean, I don't think they're actually allowing fun. It's like the opposite. Please keep the karma cashing in. It's so important. Oh, I have like a tracking device inside of me now because I ate the noodle flies. That's how it works. I got it. The cool thing about this, though, we're back in the shelter. Isn't that nice? We don't have to wait for the portal to open for like 10 years. Oops. And I'm gonna eat the centipedes. Well, I only need to eat like one food tip. So the centipedes are actually slower, but whatever. They weren't sitting on my path anyways. There's a very specific way you can exit that pipe and land on the platform with the roll pounce. Oops. I mean, I have been hitting the crawl turn vaults, so maybe it's been easier. I don't know. That's a nice place to do an E-slide. Then the song ends in like 20 seconds. Stream lagging, that's just wonderful. Seems like it was only lagging for a little bit. Thanks for stopping by. I think what I'm gonna do for music, I'm going to go through the whole OST and categorize them by how late in the game you have to be to like listen to hear the song, and then I'll slowly introduce them to the playlist based on that on that. So like songs that play in like Ancient Urban, I won't put them in the playlist for a long time. Especially since those are some of the more like impactful songs. And I do want to look through the OST anyway. I don't think I want to include like this song, for example, in the playlist. I think the song is very fitting for this particular area, but I don't want it like all the time, you know? It's a bit intense. I'm bad? I think I'm out of this? What does that mean? Evil ARP? Yeah, I'll put that one in because it's kind of funny. I love how, like, more so than, like, any other song in the whole game, Evil ARP gets an immediate reaction out of everyone. It's like, what is this? Oh, it's the music. You know? Like something is gonna blow up. Oh, it's music. Play random tracks when the regions of the same ripple level or lower. Well, so that like, if you're avoiding spoilers, you can watch like the first like 10 minutes of the speedrun and then be like, all right, I gotta leave, and you wouldn't get spoiled on any music. I guess if I'm doing speedruns, it doesn't matter, right? People are gonna get spoiled on the ending, regardless. So then the whole idea is kind of pointless. Well, maybe if I do any streams that aren't speedrun related, you know, I can still use the same playlist, so I'll probably still do it. Whoa, overshot a little bit. I fell again. I used to be good at that. Have you ever played a game that you played as a kid and you realized that it's like really boring, but you remember that when you played it, it was like the most hype thing ever? Maybe that's an exaggeration, but it's like you don't notice that it's boring because you're invested in it regardless. Oh yeah, you don't even need a spear at all. This is just the fastest way to climb this. That's funny. I had that experience when when Flash games got deleted. Example. Why are you guys confused? Like 2020 or somewhere around then. A bunch of Flash games, or like Flash was like no longer supported, right? And then a few years later, like some like Flash game archives became a thing. And I was like, you know what? Let's go back and play some of those Flash games I used to play. I'm like, wow, half of these suck. And some of these are like moderately fun for like 30 minutes. Simpler times. I thought that was rot and I was gonna die. Okay, don't go this way. It's impossible to make this jump, hello? Can't relate. That's nice. But other times it's like, wow, I didn't appreciate this game enough. Like this one game, Dust and Elysian Tale is an interesting game. It's a game that I played like forever ago. And I replayed it again somewhat recently, maybe like a year or two ago. I don't know. I was like, wow, hold on. First of all, the music is like insane. The music is really good. And also it's like actually like just like a really good game. Just like pretty much every aspect. Some parts of the story are like a little cheesy. Maybe. Oh shoot, I just don't have enough food. Let's just not worry about that. And I was supposed to eat a centipede, right? Then I would have had enough. Hello. Welcome back. My computer is not happy right now. Whoops. So no portal fatigue here, please. Please! Oh my gosh, this sucks. There's a lot of stuff now. I was such a cheater. I used to cheat a lot in Terraria because I sucked at the game. Which is like crazy because normal mode is so easy. I mean, even like Terraria has just been updated, so there's probably like more contents than when you played back then. Although I don't know, the like 1.3 update was like 7 years ago or something like that, and it added like the final boss. Hold on, when did that come out? 2015. 10 years. That is actually, wait, hold on. I need to like double check that. I mean, yeah, and 1.3 added the end of the game. That's crazy. So technically, like Terraria has not much. Let me try this again. Not much content has been added in terms of like progression, because there hasn't been any like more end game stuff. It's just been a lot of like polish and quality of life stuff, journey mode, master mode, the seeds, like the secret seeds. And they've secretly been working on Terraria 2 this whole time, and it's gonna release with twice as much content. Even if it's like not even announced yet, Terraria 2 might be my most anticipated game ever. If they do it right. Which, I mean, they're the Terraria developers, so they probably do everything correctly. They're so obsessed with polishing base Terraria infinitely. That's never gonna happen. Gorm Food Quest, Spearmaster, or Hunter? Probably... They've already played Riv. Probably Hunter or Spearmaster. Or actually, I don't know. Do Gourmand's Food Quest and then Hunter. And then Spearmaster. $1.4.5? You mean 1.5? I don't think it's officially 1.5, but that's just the joke that they're adding so much content that it's basically 1.5. Oh, that's so I was able to climb up. That's cool. Someone time travel to the future and verify this. Yeah, that helped out a lot. Okay, don't even bother with this bubble fruits. I mean, how long have they been working on 1.4.5? It was like 2 years at this point, maybe 3. I've already talked about this in another stream. For whatever reason, I have some desire to play some like super generic RPG, but like none of the ones that like exist at the moment. So basically, a game that doesn't exist. But just something simple like where you like upgrade like your equipment, going from like a copper sword to like an iron sword to like I don't know. And I thought about like, what if I try to make a game and just keep it really simple? But I realized like melee combat is weird. I feel like melee combat takes a lot of work to get right, or you just give up and like do turn based. Right. Also, this is bad. I shouldn't be invisible still. But whatever. Oh wait, I can't even pick up the spear. Is this faster than the last run? $23. Was there one at 23 as well? Okay, so like I'm just gonna say 24 on entering the portal. Yeah, I really like the music there. It's very close. It's actually very close to the last run. The other one was 2340. This one is a 24. Um, hmm. Hmm. Yeah, that's very close. The different sea ducks starve. I mean, I think if I didn't need to do the starve, it would be a lot faster. Yes. The starve takes a long time. I guess maybe if there was some way to do that to get an extra echo without having to do the whole starve thing, this would be a viable route. Because you go through... Going through the entire Aether Ridge gets 6 echoes. So we need 2 more. Silent Nation does connect to Fetid Glen, but it's like an awful... Like, you don't want to take that path. It's pretty bad. Yeah, there's not really... I guess you could also just do the... Well, that's just the old route. Right? get heat ducts, exit out, and then get Stormy Coast from cold storage. Maybe a really weird variation of the route. No, that seems pointless. What you could do, get heat ducts early from Tord Desert, then go to Badlands, then from Badlands, go to cold storage, then Stormy Coast, then get the Echo. No, there's no way that's faster. No, that can't be. The laughing is just a sound effect. The Echo has its own music, but I think what happens there is that the music from the no. There's no music for that particular Echo. It's just the ripple space music when you're like intangible. Shrouded. Where's that connection? Hold on. We're looking at the maps again. Okay. Aether Ridge does not exist. If only. You can get to Shrouded. Yes. And then maybe you're somewhat close to that Echo. Okay, you could get there in a few rooms. You still need to get the Badlands. I guess you could exit out of the Badlands Echo. So Aether Ridge. So go to Aether Ridge. You have to backtrack though. So like Aether Ridge, go to Shrouded Coast, gets the cold storage Echo, and then leave. Exit back to Aether Ridge. Then go to Tord Desert, Badlands. And in Badlands, get the Shrouded Coast, get the Badlands Echo, exit out. Go to cold storage. Shelter, get the Stormy Coast Echo, get like. I guess that works. No, you don't. Well, I guess you would just get heat ducts the normal way. I could try that. I need to like learn the Aether Ridge movements. Whoops. I just clicked the random room. Yeah, I'll give that a try. I feel like it's not going to be better. But it might be... There's a new vault. What does that mean? The problem is that I don't know how to navigate to Aether Ridge very quickly. I could try looking at the map really hard, and maybe it will pop out. But the Aether Ridge map is such a mess, it's hard to read anything on it. It's actually just spaghetti. And the Shrouded... Well, okay, it's a little bit close. Yeah, it's actually pretty close. If you're heading to, the Aether Ridge Echo. So take the normal path. I think there's a more convenient shelter. It doesn't look like it. Take the normal path to the Aether Ridge Echo, then shelter, go to Shrouded Coast, get that Echo, exit out, and then you'll be in Tord Desert. Or you'll go to Tord Desert afterwards. This is kind of a roundabout route, but I'm willing to try it. This is the wrong save. Hold on, let me try that again. You can go to the base game regions if you want to. If you have warp menu, whatever it's called, you can warp to Sky Islands. You can warp to Five Pebbles. He has like default survivor dialogue, which is honestly nice because then it's like there's no question that it's not canon. If Five Pebbles had unique dialogue that you could only see if you use mods, people would be freaking out. Like, what if it's real, but it's not real because you're not supposed to access it? But they put the dialogue in the game anyway. So yeah, nothing happens. I haven't gone to Moon, but I don't think anything happens there either. I guess you can get the market communications that we don't. Isn't that weird? The Watcher does not have the market communication, yet you can communicate with the Echo and the Prince. But I guess you can't understand the random conversations of the ancients in Ancient Urban. Okay, I will try to do this. Oh, zoomies. I'm gonna need a lot more food, aren't I? Get back here. Because I need to like shelter twice really quickly. Oh, lap mod. Always forget. Maybe I should just turn it off. I'm not really using it right now. Unfortunate evolution doesn't seem to be 5 pebbles. Or if it is 5 pebbles, it's a really distorted version of it. I threw too high. Because some of the rooms are like deteriorated versions of 5 pebbles rooms. And some of the rooms are just completely different layouts. But where did I go? Hello? Oh wait, am I blind? I lost track of myself for some reason. Oops. Oh, I did a wall jump before throwing the spear. That's a little risky, but I guess it didn't. Nothing bad happened. It's just, am I really gonna have to do this? That's how I get to this. Wait, can I? Oh, is that a pipe? I just bowled myself accidentally. Well, okay, I won't do a real run then. Let's just oh. This game is so broken. Well, I am using mods, so I can't really blame the game, but I kind of hate Unfortunate Evolution. It's fascinating, but it doesn't go anywhere. You know? It's like, look at this cool thing. What does it mean? What, you expect an answer? You expect, like, to know anything at all? It just looks cool, dude. Just appreciate it, you know? I was so convinced that Unfortunate Evolution was a significant region. I went back to it twice. I thought this was very difficult. Because Station NX, because I forgot where the Powder Coast Echo was. And Station NX is very out of the way. So I spent a long time in cold storage trying to find my way to Station NX, and I really could not do it. And also, I did the entire spoilers for second ending. By mentioning that it's a spoiler, it kind of... It's spoiled, whatever. I did the second ending, and I was like, surely this ending has impacted Unfortunate Evolution in some way. Goodness. So I... Oh, there's food right here. That's convenient. So I went all the way back to what's it called? Unfortunate Evolution after getting the second ending, and nothing was different. Like, come on. You would think there'd be some connection there. But maybe that's just content that hasn't been added yet. Oh, wait, I don't actually care about this food. Okay, so from here, how do I get from here to Shrouded Coast? Not this path. This path, it may go in the right direction, but it actually does not connect at all to Shrouded Coast. I needed to go down, down, right, right. That room looks hard to navigate. Down, right, 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 down. Or maybe that down instead. Down, right, down, right. I personally think it would have been cool if you used the rotworm to spread the rot. That they have some sort of influence over the world that lets them spread the rot. Maybe with the help of the prince. And it's like that's how you spread the rot like instantly instead of like going through it in like a really slow, boring process. Why is this a stream name? Because we're adding salination to the routes as an alternative to signal spires. Although that is not what I'm testing right now. It's actually a really simple change. Like just go to the echo portal instead of exiting out and going to signal spires. Because it just ends up being faster. I think it's faster. I don't know if it's been timed, but signal spires takes a while, whereas salination is like actually really fast to navigate. And it's like it's a direct connection from the echo that you need to get anyways. What I'm trying out is a weird variation where I go out of my way to get this echo early, so I don't need to come here, even though it's pretty fast to come here. I don't need to go through the echo, so I can stay in Badlands and then go to cold storage from there. So, it's a really roundabout method, but this is pretty fast. I don't think this took that long to get over here. Although you do need to spend more time in Aether Ridge. Also, I forgot to take the right route up this room. I'm calling salination salt, yes. Also because slugs don't like salt. I don't think I would have any reason to go through this. No. I guess I could. There is a route, maybe, that gets that echo early. That one and the cold storage echo. Okay, if I had an item there, I definitely could make it to that pipe in one jump. I just got like nostalgia deja vu for no reason. For a different game. Not even Rain World related at all. Hello. I've tried to pick up 2 fruit. Is there a shelter on the way to Shrouded Portal? I don't think I'd want to take a shelter anyways, but there probably is one. It's a little bit out of the way, but yeah, there is a shelter. Do I have a reason to shelter here? Hold on, let me think about the routes. Because I think I'm still doing Stormy Coast the normal way, right? And we're gonna have the advantage of going through Badlands when entering cold storage, so that should be faster. So okay, I'm just gonna do this the normal way. Or the old way. Go west, past the farmeries. Deep down where the... I forget the dialogue. If only I had every single line of dialogue in Rainworld memorized so I could quote them whenever I wanted. That was pretty fast. Already, I kind of get the feeling that this route is really fast. Because I've already gotten, like, 2 echoes, and we're, like, on our way to, like, another one really quick. The question is it worth it to do all of this? Did I just pick up a pearl? Where'd this pearl come from? Hello? No, I don't want it. I didn't even know there's a pearl in that room, and I just picked it up on accident. Okay. So I'm gonna exit. Yeah, I don't think there's a way that this would work out for me to stay. And I'm gonna need to redo this run anyway to get a better time on the going through Aether Ridge. Because that movement was new to me. Do I need to eat food? I'm gonna assume that I do. Just in case I need to shelter one more time at the end to refresh shelter fatigue. You guys are now edible. Well, you guys are already edible. But that guy, he got away. It's fine. I'll eat the... No, I'm not going to try to coast. I'm not going to get this slime mold. We'll figure out something. If I really need to, I just have dev tools, so it won't matter anyways. And I'll just say that I would have eaten the slime mold earlier. It's crazy the angles that you can get on these dunes. Okay, I've done this vault like perfectly every other time. There we go. So this is just gonna be the save point. This echo. We're gonna go get the Badlands echo, and then exit out of that one. I find it crazy that we're still finding new routes. I guess maybe we were so focused on an alternative to, or I was focused on an alternative to cold storage. That was my main motivation for finding new routes. It was like, ooh, this route, That goes through, Oh, wait. Are you stupid? The answer is yes. I want one more, please. Thank you. Because I saw the routes, the early routes, I was like, these go through cold storage and 8th Ridge. I'm gonna ignore that and try to find a route that goes through like Rusted Rex and Desolate Tract and that stuff. Yep, that is correct. There's one Echo, their name is Spinning Top. Just a funny name. Wait, don't I have the float here? Yeah, I can do this a little bit faster. But I'm running out of juice. That shelter next to the Psycho? I don't know, several times actually. But mostly to starve to set up the glitch. So not in like a normal playthrough. I don't think so. I guess if you're on the way back, if you're for whatever reason you decide to go backwards through this Echo, you want to refresh your portal fatigue so you can use invisibility to get past the locust, but that wasn't even a feature until like, pretty recently. Okay, so now we're back in Badlands. And we can go down here. I believe the path is this way. And you want to turn invisible. And then the scavengers will be like, what? Where'd you go? If you steal from scavengers while you're invisible, do you lose reputation? Or they have to see you do it? So I think there are some things that just kind of remove reputation, even if there's no scavengers involved, like stealing from a treasury. That's hype. Or no, there's another way to do this room that's really good. Where you like jump on top of the platforms there. Favorite campaign? Survivor. Hold left there to counteract the wind. Oops. Please. By the way, this den, this is a moth den. A moth is supposed to spawn there. What is he doing in this room? Wait, I'm going the wrong way. Keep going down here. Even more down, because it's very obvious that this path keeps going instead of just being a death pit. What about Downpour? I don't know. Either like Riv or Saint. Let me look at the map real quick. I have a lot of problems with Downpour. Moss jail. Oh, okay. I need to go this way, shelter, and then come back. Shelter's right here, so it's really not out of the way at all, actually. And I did need more food. If I took the top path, yeah, there's just not really a way that works out here. Ideally, the moment I enter from Badlands, the moment I enter Cold Storage, I should head straight to Stormy Coast. Could I do that? No, because if I exit out, I would go back to the beginning of Badlands, which is even further back, so this is the best option. At this point, we're just doing the normal routes where we go to Stormy Coast. Yeah, region names are longer because they have a Watcher at the beginning, or the abbreviation. Don't think you like them anymore? I like the moths. Sometimes you get a moment to look at their design, and they're very elegant. They're very like flowy. I don't know how to say it. I think their design is very good, and I do like their behavior, even though most of the time they don't do anything. I think that's actually kind of better though. Most of the time you're like, what does the creature do? They seem to just be sitting around doing nothing. Oh, that's what they do. I think that's a lot of people's experience with the moths. Where they're like a super passive creature that doesn't do anything, and then suddenly they do something, and it's a surprise. Didn't have to compete for region names, maybe? I don't know. There's a lot of regions. I guess they didn't want to overlap with the base game regions too. Wow, my computer is about to blow up. It's about to take off into the skies. It's funny, there seems to be no negative effects from my computer doing this. But sometimes the game remembers and it's like, oh shoot, I'm supposed to be lagging right now, and it like the frame rate drops to like nothing. But most of the time it forgets to do that. Does Watcher have end of cycle rain? It does. But going through a portal resets the cycle timer, so a lot of time you don't see it. And some regions have a unique rain effect. I think it's mostly just a dust storm for some like the desert regions. That's something that I think still needs like some documentation. What is the end of cycle effect of every region? Some of them just have rain, and it's like, why does this region have rain? It should have something else. Like, what is it in Badlands? Is it a dust storm? Is it a locust storm? Like, even more so than it is already? Like, what is it for Stormy Coast? Is it just more rain? Is it more lightning? Whoa. That's hype. I'm resetting the game. Oh yeah, I want to talk a little bit more about Downpour. For anyone who's watched the streams for a long time, you've heard me talk about Downpour enough. Every Downpour campaign is amazing in a lot of ways. But then there's like a handful of things that just make it really bring down the quality of it. And it's hard to say that I really like any individual campaign, because eventually some problem is going to come up that makes me kind of hate it. I really like Rivulet. Rivulet is probably my favorite Downpour slugcats, independently, just because their movement is really fun. But I don't like the Rot. I don't like... Well, I'm mixed about Submerged. Saint is really cool, except for oh, thank you, Latmod. Except for the end of the campaign where you where a bunch of stuff happens, and it's like, this is like the opposite of what I expected from this campaign. In Downpour, if you go to Outer Expanse, it still rains, but it's not deadly. And I think it's implied that because you're further away from 5 pebbles, you are no longer dealing with lethal rain. There is still rain, but it's just not that bad. This might not be true in the Watcher, and it just expects that because there are iterators everywhere, it rains everywhere. So there's lethal rain or something else at the end of a cycle everywhere, regardless of your proximity to an iterator. There might be an iterator close to these regions that we're just not aware of because there's not as many connections, you know. Not many regions give you a very good, clear view of the sky. Signal Spires does, and Signal Spires looks like it has iterators in the background, but we're above the clouds so it doesn't rain anyways. Also, Ancient Urban is probably on an iterator too. So yes, there are iterators, we just don't get to interact with them, but it's hard to say if there are iterators in every, like, close to every other region. OR. That's correct. I forgot about that region. There's some very large structures in the background of Outer Rim. It's hard to say if they are iterators because there's such different design that we're not used to. And it also might be like a really weird like timeline thing. I wouldn't be surprised if Outer Rim was an exception. But, you know, it may just be another like Signal Spire situation where it's probably an iterator, it's just with a different design, you know? Because you can't expect that every single iterator on the entire planet looks exactly the same, you know? Maybe close to 5 pebbles, they all look exactly the same, but if you know, move really far away from there, it's like, oh, now they decide to design them differently for whatever reason. Although, you know, Moon and Pebbles are a similar design, and they're very close to each other, but they're like completely different models, right? That might be Downpour lore and not base game. I mean, I think it's implied that Moon is older, anyways. And also, I don't think we ever get a good look at her structure, but 5 Pebbles is young, so the other iterators in the background should be older, but they look the same. So they probably look different on the inside, but on the outside there's just a big rectangle. Okay, so this run is slow. We're a bit behind pace, but also my movement was pretty slow in Aether Ridge. I love how many rocks this portal drags through. I'm gonna restart. I'm gonna restart this. I need to restart the save file too. And we're gonna try to. I'm gonna try to get one good attempt at this route. Oops, hold on, just give me a moment. I mean, okay, there is 100% rain everywhere. That's what Moon says. You know, the iterators had to be placed carefully because of their extreme, like, water usage. But now that there's rain everywhere, the iterators can be placed wherever because, you know, there's kind of an equal amount of water everywhere. Does that mean that the rain is lethal everywhere? Well, you know, we don't know. But you know what's interesting? I don't think there's nighttime in the Watcher. There's either nothing or like an end of cycle effect that kills you. And at the top of Signal Spires, you would expect it to become nighttime if you stay there for too long, but just nothing happens. You can see the sun in the background and it just does not move. Which, you know, if you did sit there for like hours and hours, you would see it move, right? But I guess that's just like they didn't expect anyone to like stare at the sun forever, so it's stationary. Although maybe base game lore is that the sun doesn't move, the moon doesn't move either, the stars don't move, nothing moves in the sky. So maybe everything is just perfectly stationary. Although the moon is spherical. So it'd be strange if the rain world planet, I guess if there was a side that was like opposite of the sun, it would just be like frozen wasteland forever. And also in darkness. That's a sci-fi concept. Planets with or I guess like an alternate reality concept. Solar system, but everything stays in exactly the same place. And you have like a warm side and a cold side. I guess what actually happens is that there's a temperate side in between the two extremes, and that's where everything lives. Thank you. Actually, I don't need to eat you. Unoptimal. No noodle fly in the way. Thank you. You can get 3 food pips from this popcorn if you're fast enough. It's kind of weird. I can kind of imagine the ways that the Watcher might add to the game's lore. This is Aether Ridge, but it is cold storage it used to be part of Aether Ridge. So they are similar, but they're different regions in the DLC. What was I saying? There's some like interesting things about the DLC. Like the different large structures that are probably constructed by the ancients, right? Like what is up with the pyramids? What is up with the big like cylindrical towers? Maybe there's a pearl somewhere that explains that stuff, but no, we don't have that yet. Technology is too advanced. Oh, that's a lag spike I'm just gonna have to get used to, I guess. I don't have the float ability. Let's assume I made that jump. I have gotten world records in the past, yeah. Mostly in downpour categories. I've yet to submit a watcher speedrun for real, so we're waiting on that. I've mostly just been routing and practicing and stuff. Because I think it's a little bit pointless to spend a lot of attempts on a run when I don't even know if the route is optimal. Especially since the intro is still included in the run. The first like 20 minutes or so where you're like getting the echoes in the base game world. I have like no... Or maybe I'm interested in like speedrunning that on its own, but as part of this run, I'm not interested at all, which is why I've been starting in Sunlight Port every time with a save file. And hopefully in the future, that just is the run. We just always start from Sunlight Port. I mean, even just starting from like Coral Caves would be better. Even though it's like a little bit of a slower start. That's still preferable compared to the intro. Oh boy. This part is something to get used to. Coral Caves is slower? Yeah. It takes quite a while to get to the Aether Ridge portal. And the start location in Aether Ridge is further away from the Echo. Turbulent routes? I guess it does have a connection to Rusted Rex, doesn't it? But even that connection is further away than the Sunlight Port connection. If you want to get to the Rusted Rex portal to Desolate Tract, it's faster to start from the portal from Sunlight Port. I'm not very good at explaining this, but hopefully you get the idea. And it also lets you grab the Aether Ridge Echo real quick, if you want to do that. So basically, Sunlight Port is like the best option in every situation. And like Torrential Railways is even worse, because it only connects to Aether Ridge on like the far right side of the region, so it's far away from everything. Plus, it also connects to Coral Caves, another starting region. So you either just start in Coral Caves or start in Sunlight Port to get to Aether Ridge like instantly. It's a bit unfortunate because I do like Torrential Railways as a region. It just doesn't really have good connections at all. It's also a bit unfortunate in terms of the design of the map. Like, people might explore Aether Ridge and then find a new region and be like, oh, Torrential Railways, let's explore this region, even though it doesn't lead anywhere at all. I mean, it's nice for exploration reasons, just to like discover a new area, right? But if their goal is to find echoes and like beat the game eventually, then it does not contribute at all. Hello. Oh, Turbulent. I actually misread that for some reason. Turbulent Coral Caves directly connects to Turbulent Pumps, which is an echo chain, but it skips out on the first echo in Desolate Tract. So then you only get 4 echoes from the whole chain, and you need to spend a lot more effort getting the other 4 that you need in total. This is part of why I'm interested in running all echoes, because it's gonna have to explore those regions. It's gonna go through that chain, right? It has to go through all the echo chains. And you get to go through those regions that I like a lot more than Aether Ridge. Memorize the karma symbols? I roughly know them. I think I know the higher levels more than the lower levels. Toward Desert, I like you, but what is this? I forgot a vault, what the heck? There we go. I was actually more surprised at my consistency doing that every other time. So it's finally caught up to me. Oh, right, that's a block that's just hard to see. Hello, Echo. Jump with your elbow. How does that even work out at all? Whoops, please enter the pipe. Damn! Get like any % speedrun. I'll take that. Okay, E-slide too late. There's a spear there? That's pretty rare. Because items can't spawn on dunes. Through hands on walls, yeah. I do a weird thing where I, like, use one finger to hit 2 keys to do the vault fast enough. Which is why I think I struggle with it a little bit more than some other players. I just use 2 hands to do it. Long dialogue. There is a shelter close to the the cold storage portal in Badlands, right? But there's no. I feel like there's no way that's faster to shelter. Oops. I would be invisible at this point. Shelter in Badlands, go through the portal, go all the way down to the cold storage echo, and then return to Badlands to go to Stormy Coast. And I'd have to go to Stormy Coast first. So actually it'd be the other way around. I guess I could test that independently. Just skip straight to Badlands and test from here. Oops, sorry about that. Like, I think if I go to the right here, there's a shelter right there. But it means I have to go through this portal twice. So I'm not sure. I think I will test that, but I'm not confident that's faster. Because ideally, I think right here in this room, I would go to the left. And that gets to Stormy Coast really quickly. It also means that I wouldn't need to shelter in that really annoying room. It might be faster. I'll have to test that next. Okay, that was a very long stun. I don't think I would have died anyway. I didn't think that ledge would stick out that far, so I thought I was just kind of dead there. Yeah, I'd really like to avoid this room. Oh, and food. Where would I have gotten food? Toward desert. Yeah. Was that the last shelter? I only ate one centipede. I'm supposed to eat either two or the slime mold. I'll probably just eat the slime mold in the future. Because you don't need to chase after it like the centipedes. I guess it doesn't really take that long to get to Stormy Coast. Comparing these two paths. The other path is really fast though. It's like 4 rooms. I guess this path means that when I exit, I don't know why I went up there. I'm already going to be right next to the echo. Oops. I mean, I have to get like 3 minutes or 3 echoes in like 6 minutes. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's just assume I made it through the room. Hello. Because now, like, after exiting out of the Stormy Coast Echo, instead of going all the way back to Badlands, we're right here. Right. I mean, this has to be ideal, right? Ah, unfortunate. I grabbed onto the pole on accident. Don't do that. I actually kind of like that the swimming is part of the route. I think the sound is just gonna end up in the routes regardless of if it's this variation or the old variation. Sonic is just faster than Signal Spires, but you get to do a lot of swimming with the Bubbleweed, which is, in my opinion, better than swimming as Revealed, especially with a Refraction Cell, because it is very hard to control. This is what Revealed should have been, really. Just Survivor swimming, but a little bit faster, and you can swim boost as much as you want. And bam, you have, like, perfect swimming. With no, like, really, like, awkward and slippery movement. Hello. It is a really short region. Like 2 minutes, or maybe almost 3 minutes, including the echo time. You could probably vault up there from down there. You still have to go through. You always have to go through this room. Get past the evil dropping. This is like kind of an interesting region. It's like in between being like a real region with like creatures and stuff, creatures and food, but it's also like a cinematic region that's like meant more for the story. Chat has no rain? I guess not. I don't know. Oh, good job. Do we know the ideal timing on a ripple jump? Like, how many like frames before the jump you should press the ripple, and how long you should hold the special button? Okay. Haven't seen Movement talk about it. Get them on it. Get the past people on it. As in, like, the one guy who's doing that. That's fair. So this is a good time, I think. That's 24, 25 portal to portal. I forget what my old time was. Like, it's just the old Silent Nation route. Hold on, we're checking the VOD because I can't remember numbers. Also, I'm gonna restart the game before my computer explodes. So I think you might have missed. When did you leave the stream? Did you see the like routing that I'm doing where we go to Shrouded Coast early? So it's basically Shelter and Aether Ridge, go to Shrouded Coast to get the Echo, exit out back to Aether Ridge, and then continue the chain normally until Badlands, where you exit out on the Badlands Echo because you don't need to go to Shrouded Coast. And then you exit out back to, you're in Badlands again, so you can go to cold storage from there and do the good cold storage movements. This is why we need portal to portal leaderboards. Yeah, that run started in Torrid. This might be the fastest route. Shoot, I need to like ask on the Discord what the best portal to portal times are. But this one's quite good. And it's an actually good route too. It skips the cold storage jank. If there's a way to maybe do cold storage a little bit better by like going to the Stormy Coast Echo first, but like, or you do it first anyway, but like getting to it earlier. But I don't think there's a way that works out. So I'm probably going to end the stream. Yeah, I'll end the stream here. And tomorrow is it the right day for that? Yeah. Tomorrow I will try to do meter roll. Maybe I'll turn on creatures and just do attempts and see how the creature spawns are for this route. Because maybe it's awful and we just want to go back to the old route. If it has better creature spawns, we'll see. Yeah, I think I do want to keep trying this one. Doing real runs? Yes, real runs starting from Sunlit Ports. Because I'm not doing the intro. I think for the sake of the current leaderboards, I will do at least one run starting from Hydroponics. But I don't know if I'll like grind that category out to like get a really good run. Intro will not be in for the future. Thank you. Which actually, I feel like if that's the case, then I feel better about doing runs of the intro alone. Because then it's like, it's not like I have to go through 20 minutes just to get to some port and then dying in Nate's Ridge, right? But if it's like, oh, that's just the end of the run, plus it's like some more interesting routing, where it's like not about ending on Chimney, because that's like the worst place to end. You can actually go to Chimney first, and then I guess it'd be like Chimney, then Shaded, then Farmer A's, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, thanks everyone for watching. I will do more runs tomorrow. Yes, please add it as a remix option. Even if it has like 5 warnings that are like, you are cheating. Just to you know, prevent the new players from getting in. I don't know. I think it should just be an option that's unlocked when you beat the game. But I don't know. Any way would be nice. Thanks for watching. See ya.